fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's flight. I'm a flight, baby. I'm a flight risk. I will run because I do not want the confrontation. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want the fight, the argument, whatever. That is what the old me did before I healed. I am going to be going back to school. I am going to be sharpening my skills in college and finding some kind of additional career path that will support what I'm also doing here, but really make a better life for me and my kids. So that's what I'm going to be doing starting soon. Actually, I've got orientation coming up and I'm really excited about that. I actually don't even know what to think about it. I'll just be honest. Yeah, it is exciting because I love new things and I love to learn, but I'm also super, okay, look, in my past history, I've been very shy and socially awkward. I really have acclimated a lot to being personable on the internet with people on Zoom, etc., etc. But in person, whoa, that's a whole different ballgame. I'm blushing, I'm trembling, I'm nervous. You know, I'm a very shy and introverted person, but I know I can do it because I tell myself, you know what? I decide that I'm no longer shy. I decide that I'm a people person, and I decide that there is no fear in this. It's just the fear of the unknown, the discomfort of I've not yet done this. And I'll be honest with you, I tried to go to college and I think I went for one class. It's been so long, I don't even remember. But I remember everybody saying, oh, it's the right thing to do. You should go to college. Why don't you follow these steps? And I followed the steps, like dragging my feet through the mud because I felt like, oh, such a reluctance to even go this route, go this path. I felt so overwhelmed, out of my element, uncomfortable completely. I didn't even know what my purpose was there. You know, I was just like, I guess I'll take some general ed, you know, until I figure it out. And I went to one class and I scanned the room. I felt so inferior to everyone else. I remember thinking they all know what they're doing and they all know what's going on. And I am completely lost and completely alone in this sea of strangers. And I made it through the class and I left from there and I never returned. I dropped out of everything else. So that is what the old me did before I healed. Before I healed myself and learned not to flight, right? That's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's flight. I'm a flight, baby. I'm a flight risk. I will run because I do not want the confrontation. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want the fight, the argument, whatever. So I know this about myself before and I let it psych me out. I let it psych me out, but I'll tell you this now. I am a different person and I've grown a lot, and I'm not intimidated at all by being older in the class. In fact, I'm just like, this is cool. Like, I'm excited to have another chance at doing something new that is more advanced and up to date than anything that I'm aware of right now. So I'm super excited about this, and I'm just such a different person that I know I'm not going to run, even if it seems scary, because that is not the way out. That's not the way through. You've got to get through it by pushing through the nerves, and the nerves are feel funny, but ultimately what do they do to you? Absolutely nothing at all. I don't feel like there's any reason for me to feel nervous. Like I said, I'm a different person now. I'm so different. My life has taken many different facets and many different avenues since that experience with college when I was still a teenager or whatever. I've had a lot of experience and wisdom since then. I'm sure you guys can understand this, right? So even now, I have become a teacher of this, right? So I teach programs of spiritual development, of psychic development, of mediumship development. I teach from the ground up. I teach coaching programs to people who have no idea if they could ever do this. They don't even know if it's possible for them. I tell those people, when you show up to class, you think everyone else looks like they have it all together and it's figured out, and you're the only one who's lost and alone. And the actual truth of the matter is that everyone's lost and alone, right? We just assume that nobody else feels nearly as vulnerable as we do, right? Or as insecure or ill-equipped or inexperienced, uneducated, whatever, right? So all I know is it's a big campus. I hope I don't get too lost. If I do, I'll ask someone, because It is safe to reach out, make healthy new connections, and learn new things. So I'm super excited about this. I know that it's not going to psych me out this time. Look, I'm shuffling the deck, and here, right here on the bottom, Six of Wands, baby. I still feel like I'm kind of talking to you, but not about college. Like I'm talking to you about the re-emergence into a new area of your life in which you may have revisited before, okay? And maybe it didn't go so well, all right? But now you're getting another chance because you are a different version of you. You're a newer, updated, more modern version of you. You're adult now, you're equipped now, you're strong, you're open, you're clever, you're smart. Like, I feel how it's really important for you to recognize those pathways or doors that might be opening to you in new ways now that previously you recognized something like that in the past. I'm sure you can understand this, right? As with me revisiting school, no matter how many darn years it's been, right? I'm not even going to tell you how many years it's been. Don't even ask. You should never ask a lady those kinds of things. No, no. I just feel how this really does apply to you, and I want you not to psych yourself out because things don't have to go the same way. Look at this, the moon on the bottom, which is about the past. Things do not have to go the same way because you're different. And you, how many times have you kicked yourself over this or that? The way I handled this, or the way I shrank back in and I wish I would have spoke up, or the way I let this opportunity pass me by, right? And we look in hindsight and in retrospect and we go, oh man, I wish I would have, should have, could have. So in this moment, you get to consciously choose not to make those same kinds of mistakes, even if you're afraid. But what if it's not the right thing? Well, then it's fucking not, and you'll deal with whatever that is, okay? Then you'll take a couple steps, reevaluate, and change course. Don't be discouraged, mama. You are changing and growing and learning things about yourself and about the world.